about the indicators. What are the indicators I'm going to use in this when I'm getting into the trade? And I commonly use three indicators, basic three indicators. If you are a beginner, you need to know at least these three indicators before getting into the trade. It will help you to get a trade better. And important indicator is first one. You can see these are, you have multiple indicators in this. You have break of block and head and shoulder patterns, ICT kill zones, order block, session sweeps, SMC, SMT, swing high, swing low, support and resistance. These are multiple indicators. You need only three basic indicators. Because I'm using these three indicators, if you want, you can use it. The three basic indicators I'm going to tell about ICT kill zone. This ICT kill zones plus pivot bracket TF. This basic indicator tells you about a session. Where does a session starts? Where does a session ends? When does the session is going to start? Where does the Asia session is going to end? Where does the London session is going to start? Where does the London session is going to end? Pre-market of London session, pre-market of New York session, you can able to see, so that you can identify multiple session. Where does the session starts? Where does the session ends? This indicator tells if you are ICT SMC concepts, you can use SMC indicator, smart money concept of Lugo AG. Who use an SMC as a concept, they don't know where does going to have a breakout structure, where does it going to happen a change of character, where does an order block is going to have, where does the liquidity is going to stay. They don't know. If you are beginner or newer, you can see you can use this indicator. Where does the break of structure is going to happen, where does a change of character is going to happen, where we have a weekly high, where does present weekly low. This indicator is useful for an I say SMC concept persons who is to getting into a trade. Where is the breaker structure, change of character, where is an border block, weekly high, weekly low, where does the liquidity stays. If you want to know where does the every SMC confirmation is present, you can use SMC concept of indicator. This is useful for an you getting into the trade. This one indicator. Another indicator is an EM 20/50. This in EM indicator. This EM indicator tells us where does the trend is going to break. If you can able to see where does a trend is going to in 15 minutes, you can see. Now we have a higher high, and then higher low. We have low high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and higher lower high. This you can see, and we are going to break. You can have an EMI. The trend is going to break. You can see where this trend is going to break. This trend tells us the trend is in uptrend or the trend is in low trend. This EMI helps us where does a trend is going up, where does a trend is down, bearish or bullish. This EMI indicator is useful for you. These three indicators are important. These three indicators, what are the indicators? There are multiple indicators, right? You can use ICT kill zones, SMC concept indicators, and order block indicators also. It is useful for you. When you see in the lower time frame, you can present an order block. In 1 hour, you can see where does an order blocks present. In 15 minutes, you can able to see where does the order blocks present. And go to lower time frame, you can see where is the order block present. The order block taps and went to high trend. The order block taps and went to high. This order block indicator is useful for you.